morning, YouTube. I sound a little funky today, and I will tell you exactly why. And I'm going to provide you with a good morning cup of divine flow. But I also want to talk to you about what happened at my workshop for the resurrection of Christ. So, for those of you who know me, good morning. I love you. And for those of you who don't, it is Juniper Bloom Mystique. I am an ascension master healer, and a divine guide. I now know more about what it means to be an ascension master because of yesterday's workshop. That's what I will tell you guys about first before I give you some message for your daily guidance for this Thursday, April 14th. I had talked about yesterday being my workshop for the resurrection of Christ's light. We did it in the green rays and the heart space of all of us and of the earth. And when I did this workshop, you guys, I've never experienced anything like this before. All of my workshops have blown my mind, but this one truly blew my mind. And I think I had a heart attack, to be honest with you. So in one part of it, I began turning into my higher self, basically, which is a God, and my physical vessel couldn't handle it, and I was not well. I was shaking, crying, having a really, really hard time in that workshop, and I was with God, and He kept filling me with His light, and while He was doing that, my physical vessel was getting very ill. And I believe I had a heart attack because my chest started hurting so bad. It was excruciating pain. And then the next thing I knew, Jesus had my heart in His hands, and His hands were glowing. They were glowing, and my heart was in His hands. Once He did that, my pain went away there, and I was able to continue the workshop. But we went all up into the ashram of the gods, and God literally filled me with His light. I don't know how else to describe that. And my body struggled receiving it, to say the least. Even though we're kind of outside of ourselves, my physical vessel was having a really hard time because it was as if I was my God self with God. I don't know how else to describe that. It's all on recording. It was witnessed. I couldn't make this stuff up if I tried, and I'm still processing what happened. But I will tell you guys some important things, okay? The number 6 was very relevant, and I'll tell you why. So Prometheus was there, Hermes was there, and I had to, so Prometheus cut the earth in half, okay? The core was separated from the earth. It was 2 halves with the core in the middle as its full self. And I had to do this very quickly because I found out that if I would have taken too long, we would have all been in trouble. They actually said we wouldn't have made it. None of us would have. Nobody on this planet. Because literally we cut the earth in half, and so the earth was not connected to a life force for moments in time, and we filled the core with so much Christ light, it expanded it to 4 times its size. And then it took Hermes, Prometheus, myself, a lot of strength to put the earth back together, and we had to heal it back together. That's the best I can describe. And now the earth is integrating that light. Okay, it will go through the crystalline grid, but the earth will expand to about 4 times its size over the next year. They also said the Atlantean crystals will start rising from beneath the surface over the next year. And the integration of that workshop in Christ light will take 6 days. So for the next 6 days, our hearts will be kind of expanded, having this mass amount of activated Christ light within it, and the earth's core will be quite heated and expanded, and it will take the earth 6 days to kind of go back into being it's almost like surgery, right? Like you cut me open, now I've got 6 days to kind of integrate myself back into this and start expanding and expanding and expanding and expanding. The earth as a planet will be bigger. It has to be in order to hold all this Christ light. Like it's literally energetically expanding, which they told me moved it again on its axis. So it's not the first time I moved the earth's axis or the earth on the axis. But we anchored it in, so that surprised me a little bit. But because it's just expanding in size, it shifted again a little bit. And the volcanoes came into play. They were so hot. It was like so hot. I could feel them like scorching. They were what I called angry. And so that's how we resurrected Christ, you guys. That's how the return of Christ's light occurred. Now, last month when we did it in the yellow rays in the solar plexus, I felt like I was ill. Like I had the flu. 5:55. I somewhat feel like that today in that my head hurts and I'm a little bit congested. My physical vessel is completely exhausted. Completely. But I truly believe I had a heart attack. Because when I was with God and he was filling me with all his light, my physical vessel was shaking and crying and my chest started hurting so bad. So bad. Like I couldn't breathe. And that's when Jesus took my heart in his hands and it was filled with this beautiful golden light. And immediately my pain went away. But today my shoulder is so sore. Like it hurts all the way up into my shoulder. So it does feel like I had a heart attack. I'm doing this work. I tell you, I need like a year off for my physical vessel to just heal and be pretty again. I don't fully understand the full gamut of... I do. They told me not to think about it too much because if we think about it too much, it doesn't quite make sense, right? Who goes to God and they fill them with his light, activated light, and then I went down and I activated everybody else, which was the angels. Ooh, Cleopatra was there, you guys, and all the cats from they look like Egypt time. They were beautiful. A whole bunch and Tutankhamun came through. Something about the darkness of Tutankhamun was being healed. That also came out in there. Exactly what that meant, I don't know. I think he was assassinated, but there was darkness there. And so that was also being cleared out of his soul or out of the energy of the essence of him. And so that's kind of how the workshop went yesterday for the resurrection of Christ. And we went through a time warp. So we went through not like a timeline jump, but it was almost like you go through, like they call, travel through time. And we went into the 5th dimensional realm. So we did manage to bring everything into the 5th dimensional realm. Those who are ready to receive it will slowly start to receive it, probably in the next 6 days. Oh, another thing I will tell you guys is I disconnected everybody from the core of the earth. So nobody is currently grounded to the core of the earth. So if you feel like you're struggling in grounding, I would just go walk. If you do the cords thing, I would send them to the crystalline grid only, because that's where we were grounded into, was the crystalline grid. You cannot be grounded into the core. They won't let you. So if you feel like you're struggling grounding, that's probably why. I would say for about 6 days. Okay, whatever this number 6 is, it's relevant for that. The Earth's core is so heated and expanded and filled with this light that they will not let anybody ground to the core of the Earth. So I repeat, if anybody's struggling grounding, that's why. Okay, have them just touch some trees, have them kind of ground to the baseline of the Earth or to the crystalline grid if they're familiar with that. If not, I would just say step in some dirt and just kind of dance on the ground. That always helps to ground you, okay? But nobody can ground to the core. I can't repeat that enough. Okay, so that is what happened for the workshop for the resurrection of Christ, for the return of Christ's light, activating it within the heart space and bringing it down to earth in a big, 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 huge way. And I went to the Earth's heart chakra and the core of the earth. I think I've gotten all of the relevant information out of it that you guys need to know. The water was affected again, something about the waterways. It changed, it shifted, it moved. What I do see happening, so it's like they showed me Atlantis rising again, okay? So as the earth is going to expand over the next year, you're going to see things that, surface, like out of the waterways. It's going to be weird. And that's what they were showing me, okay? Now I know what an ascension master truly is, trust me. Going up to God took its toll. It takes its toll on my vessel, to be quite honest with you. I've done it 3 times now. And this ascension, I think 3 times I have been with God. But this time was different because he was doing something to me. And my physical vessel couldn't handle it. I kept saying, I feel like I'm my God self and my vessel can't handle it. And I was not well. It was one of the strangest experiences I've ever had, to say the least. And I'm still processing it. So I just ask for some patience from you guys with that. But let's see what today's message is. Okay, 11:11. Holy shiz Nikes. All right, let's see what today's message is. I wanted to fill you guys in on. Okay. They're saying welcome to the new world. It is done. You cannot go back. We've never made it this far. We have literally, I was kind of asking this morning, what part of my life purpose did I miss? There's only one. There's only one that I have not really fulfilled yet as far as the ascension goes in my twin flame. And always being afraid I was going to miss something. And that is just bringing the new modality through my twin flame. So I already see what it is. I have this light and I need to heal him through touching him. That's why the massage table came into our relationship and we didn't even both realize it. It was supposed to happen 2 years ago, July. So that is about the only thing I really have missed. And that's not necessarily my fault, right? But that's still, they're saying that can still come into play. So that's still coming forward in the future, hopefully, because I have a new modality to bring through. But other than that, you guys, I think somehow I survived the spiritual attack on me the last 6 months, breaking my arm, doing all, I should have died. Actually, it was since August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. So 8 months now. I was being spiritually attacked and I survived. I made every mark of the ascension. I'm really proud of myself. This was not an easy thing to do, what I've done. And it definitely took its toll on my body. And I'm like, okay, God, can you make me rich really quick so I can just move to North Carolina and retire? I'm ready to retire. I'm so young, but I'm ready to retire after all the work that I did. Maybe that's what God meant by sit back and relax and watch the world change now. But I did it. I did it. I'm really proud of myself. Now it's just, self-love and getting it out there and finishing what Spirit wants me to do. We only have 2 more left of those 2, and it won't be like that one. So that was the major one. Thank God, because I cannot physically survive that one either. So we have the throat chakra and then the crown. And then that will be it for the return of Christ. But it's already pretty much done. So even if those 2 didn't go to completion, we've already pretty much done it. So just kind of letting you guys know. All right, back to today's message. What is today's message, Spirit? What does the collective need to know? Take your time, because everybody will start physically feeling these changes. So it's really important to just take your time. If things start coming up for you, it's not that you're necessarily sick. Okay, everybody might jump to, oh my God, I got COVID or something, but that's not the truth. All right, so accepting these lights can cause you to start releasing things in such a way where you will feel sick. Ooh, I love these. All right. So this is what we've got for today's energy. Woman holding a heart, 44. Woman holding a heart. This truly is about self-love. But this is expanding your self-love. This is loving yourself in ways that you've never loved yourself before, for some of you. And for others of you, this is actually saying a female mentor, I'm hearing, may come in for you. Okay. So if you have recently just met a female that can be a mentor, they're validating that for you. But this is definitely also about expanding the aspect of self-love and love for self. All right. 44 is like you have found your path. Stay on your path. We've got you. You're being supported and guided, and you are on your path. Okay. And so it's a female mentor, but it's also loving yourself. So maybe some of you don't have necessarily a female mentor that's new or anything, but I feel like this message is really both of those. It's a female mentor, but it's also self-love, all right? Expand that heart. Look how big that heart is in her hands. It's like, this is my heart, okay? I'm going to protect this heart, cherish this heart, love this heart in every single way, okay? And it's time to take action. All right, it is definitely time to take action. This is swift action coming. This is swift movements coming. My camera's a little crooked. Is what this really talks about. So, some of you have something coming forward soon. If anything does come up, it's going to be quick movement. But they're also saying if something's nudging you, you need to take action, and you need to take it now. It's like hit that ground running, okay? Hit that ground running, or it will be detrimental to your soul. Like kind of a thing, like you will miss a very important opportunity, and we don't like regrets, right? So if there's something coming up or you've been nudged to do something, you must take action, all right? And appreciation is needed, or it's going to come into a place of finally self-appreciation, okay, or appreciation of some form of something. You're going to come into a further light of, wow, now I can see I appreciate this, okay? So what I'm hearing in this card is sometimes we have trials and tribulations. Sometimes things come about that hurt us too, right? It's about coming into a state of healing and a form of understanding where we're finally like, I appreciate that happened to me. I can appreciate the things that I have learned in my lifetime. Now, for me personally, like I can appreciate almost dying 3 times on my journey for the ascension. I'm very proud of who I am. Right? It's like appreciate even the struggles, appreciate the small things, appreciate the teachers or the guides that appear on your path, okay? Appreciate the opportunities to take action, all right? Spread appreciation over all you do. Then we have second chakra, Archangel Ariel, sacral chakra. Okay, this truly is about sacral chakra. Sacral chakra, again, is about more self-love. It's your power center. All right, so you're giving your power away. Find out where you're giving your power away. Make sure you're not giving your power away. Allow yourself to heal from past things that just don't matter. It's like we hold so much emphasis on those and so much regret sometimes, but what you're actually doing is continually bringing them into your surface instead of just cleansing them out and letting them go. It's like we all make mistakes. We all touch people we don't want to touch, okay? At some point in our life, I'm sure we do, right? Like there's some aspects of that, right? Like, right, shouldn't have done that, or why did I do that, or we all do those things in some form, way or another, okay? So there's no reason. It's about learning, it's about growing, and it's about calling your power back. Call your power back. Where are you giving your power away? Because there's so much more here for you. Appreciate yourself, male or female, it doesn't matter. Love yourself unconditionally, okay? This truly does talk about a female mentor, though. Somebody coming in to show you self-love. Somebody coming in to show you more appreciation for the self, all right? But it's truly important for you to take action. You must take action at this time. Something is coming, or something already has been nudging you to take action, and there's urgency there. They're like, you must hit that ground running. Or it could be absolutely detrimental for you, okay? So hit the ground running. Do not hesitate at all. At all. Now I know why the last workshop we felt like we had the flu was because it was the metals and the molds and all those things in our bodies they were clearing out. That makes much more sense. This time I just feel like I recovered from my heart attack. I'm recovering from a heart attack yesterday. That's literally how I feel. My chest hurts so bad, you guys. It's crazy. My left arm, my shoulder hurts so bad. Ugh. And something was trying to stop me from doing that workshop too. I fell right before it and hit my broken arm. And I'm like, oh my God, I just broke my arm again. Luckily I didn't. But it was crazy. It was like something was trying to stop me from the workshop. It was one of those again, my friends, but that was huge. Like, Christ has now returned. You are now on God's earth, period. Like, more than you ever were before. 2020, 2022. And to be with God again yesterday, I was so proud. And afterwards, he told me to rest and celebrate and then get right back up to it. And I'm like, okay. Okay. No problem. I have such a headache today, too. I gotta clean house, get ready for my kid's birthday. I was supposed to work all day. I'm like, I don't know if I can. Alright, so let's see what these cards have to say for today. I like these messages, too. Appreciate these moments. Appreciate the hard work. Appreciate yourself. Appreciate your own power. And hit that ground running. Don't take these nudges lightly. Okay, seriously. You don't know what you're missing or doing or anything. You just don't know. I would listen, and I would listen fast. Okay? So let's see what this one says. Purity Ice. 33. So this is kind of goes with the other one. Okay? It's about nurturing yourself, cocooning in when you need to cocoon in, and allowing yourself to be, like, purify your soul. You know what I mean? Take the time to detach, to rest, to integrate, and then act when you need to act. 33. Take the action when you need to take the action. Be that stallion, be that steed, be that rah, like to hit the ground running, right? And then in the other moments, make sure you are resting, cutting out the world, allowing everything to cleanse your soul, purify your soul, right? Cleanse your space, cleanse your energy, cleanse yourself, meditate, rest, integrate, and then take action, all right? This is kind of part of that balance. You can't have one without the other. You'll burn out without the other, right? And so take action, and while you're waiting in those other moments to take action, make sure you're purifying your soul, okay? Doing the steps you need to do to cleanse your soul, keep it ready, keep it purified, keep it rested, so that you can communicate, you can hear your nudges, you can see what's coming your way. Okay? Super important. All right. One more thing and we will be done for today. This is what's going on for the energies today. Appreciation goes across the board in every aspect. Learn to appreciate every single thing. That's when we let go of regrets. That's when we shine our light. That's when we can fill our space with love and understanding, right? Appreciation. Take your power back and take action when it's called to take action, and purify your soul when you need to otherwise. Cleanse your soul. Take a bath. Rest. Self-love. Self-care. Very important. Okay? Ice. It's like ice. It stays still, right? It's like frozen in time. Okay? Allow yourself moment to moment to be frozen in time. Nothing matters. Now in the here in the now. I say this all the time. Be now, here, and nowhere all at the same time. And that was actually on the Dead Sea Scrolls. That's how I know. I'm like, oh my God, yep, no, that's God right there. Bible's not accurate. I want to read those Dead Sea Scrolls because those seem to me to be more accurate to what I say and to what I know personally. So there's that little tidbit. But you guys, Christ has returned. You are now on a new earth. You are on a new earth, and it's expanding in size. And for the next 6 days, it's vulnerable. So it could be a little hostile in movement. Okay. The one thing that stood out the most to me was the volcanoes, but I don't know what happens out of them, right? It's all divinely guided. Prometheus is very much so into this earth as well, and so I just kind of put that in his hands. Like he cut it in half. He held it apart. It was like the weirdest visual. I wish I could draw it for you guys. He cut it in half. The core of the earth was separated. It was whole. Then there was two halves of the earth side by side. And I had to fill this core up with all of God's light. oh man, it took so much to come through all of us. And the angels too. It's coming through the angels. All of us in the workshop, myself. It was crazy. I got to call in my brother. I got to call in my son to wake him up. And they did something to divine masculines as well for balance, because he's not, still there's not balance. So I remember how I expressed concern over the balance. Well, they did something with that in the workshop, okay? So in order probably to protect the whole, because that's not fair, right? All right. One more of these. I'm just kind of out of it today. So sorry, you guys. That workshop did me in. Oop. Choose friends wisely. Okay. The person that my twin flame led around him was very, very dark and almost killed both of us. It is super important to choose your friends wisely. This is not a joke. They can either hurt you or help you rise. Okay. Choose your friends wisely, because they will either hurt you or help you rise. Which is it? Choose your friends wisely. I will. I know what darkness is. I have been into the darkness with my twin flame journey, and I will never go again. Choose friends wisely. Somehow I survived hell, right? And I didn't put myself there. Be very careful who you put around you, especially in this time, okay? Because some people are about to leave this earth. Some people can try to take you with them. Some people love misery. Some people don't want you to rise. Some people get very jealous, right? Because it's toxic. Choose your friends wisely, my friends. Do not lower yourself for other people. Ask them to rise up to you. If they're not willing, then they're not your friends. Choose your friends wisely, okay? You know how many times I thought I had friends in this ascension journey, and it turns out they were just using me? They just wanted what I could give them, and then once I was like, they were like, Choose your friends wisely, okay? And make a plan. Make a plan, okay? Just make a plan, and then implement that plan. Okay? Take those actions. Make a plan, but implement it right away. Make a plan for whatever it is that's nudging you. Make a plan for your next huge adventure. Make a plan to rise in your power. Okay? There is something to making a plan. It already starts putting energy into action. Okay? Choose your friends wisely. Be very careful of the energy of the people around you today. And the next few days, they're saying, okay? Because after the work that I did, you're going to see people's true colors even more. Do you understand? All right? So very important. Call your power back. Take actions when it's time for you to take actions. Make a plan. Make sure you rest when you need to rest. Nowhere and now here. Be in appreciation in every moment, even for the struggles, even for learning and having to be stronger, right? And know that there is a mentor there for you, possibly a female. If you just open your eyes, you might have just met her. You may be looking at them. You may be needing them, calling it in. They're coming for you. But it's also about expanding your avenue into self-love, okay? Because it's all unconditional love now, my friends, okay? But after we did that workshop, you guys, people might start acting very strange, even more so. I can't reiterate this enough. So make sure you choose your friends wisely, okay? That's very, very, very important, or somebody's liable to hurt you, okay? Sometimes people do it unintentionally, but not everybody's going to go where we're going to go, you know what I mean? This earth literally took a huge change yesterday. I can't reiterate that enough. And with that kind of energy, I've said before, you guys, people will start not being able to hide who they are, and you're seeing it all over the board. They're just not reporting a lot about them. There's school shootings, there's all these big things going on right now. And it's in line with that, okay? It really is. So just choose your friends wisely. Do they vibrate with you, really, or do they suck the life out of you? You know what I mean? Be very careful, okay? Make a plan. Make a plan. What's your goals, and how are you going to implement them? But be in appreciation in every way, even for the shitty people. Not that anybody's really shitty, right? But they are. Be in appreciation that you now know where you need to go, right? But they're saying you need to take action. Somebody needs to take action like now. It was actually like months ago. Okay? So that is your guidance for today, and that is how it went for the resurrection of Christ's light. And I feel like I got hit by a truck. My broken arm hurts. My left shoulder is killing me like I had a heart attack. But all I can say is you're welcome. You're welcome for my sacrifices. It was a sacrifice I was willing to make, right? But I have to recover. So much love to all of you. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay safe today, and I will see you again soon. I will be doing a live probably very soon to show the wands that I've made for the people that did the workshop so they can pick them out, because I have not put these ones on my website. So just expect that soon. We may come on, do some messages, do some hanging out, so there's that coming. So much love to all of you. Toot, 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 toot. I see you right now. Have a great, beautiful Thursday. I think it's Thursday for most of you. For some of you, it might already be Friday. How the hell do I know? Have a great day or evening. Just have a great breath of life. Okay? Till next time. Hasta la vista, baby.